Hello and welcome to Prime Business with me, Emma Davis. Tonight, the Ministry of Communications and Digitalization has announced that Cabinet has approved the Digital Economic Policy. The Deputy Minister of Communications and Digitalization, Charles Echampon, disclosed this at the expanded launch of the PAC's data centers in Accra. The following report has more.
To the Deputy Minister, the Digital Economic Policy will have 5 thematic areas aimed at creating jobs and expand small businesses. Deputy Minister of Communications and Digitalization, Charles Echampon, said the policy will accelerate digital inclusion in Ghana.
These are very exciting times for the communication sector in Ghana. The ministry is championing government's digital agenda to ensure that Ghana participates fully in this fourth industrial revolution. Cabinet has recently approved the Digital Economy Policy with 5 prioritized thematic areas to enable the ministry to track the digital journey in Ghana.
More investors in the tech space have described Ghana's digital environment as conducive for the expansion of data centers to serve the West African region. After investing over $30 million to expand its data centers in Ghana, Managing Director and Head of Infrastructure Investment, Africa 50 and Board Chairman of PAC's Data Centers, Raza Hasnani, said it is time for small businesses and SMEs to take advantage of ICT infrastructure expansion in Ghana.
Data centers are a very important theme for Africa 50 because we are trying to accelerate the digital transformation of the continent. We're trying to bring Africa's data home here. We're trying to increase business continuity. We're trying to increase connectivity. And one of our core themes is improving people's livelihoods. And data centers basically touch on every one of those themes. So very critical strategy for us.
On his part, Managing Director of PAC's Data Centers, Bright Teria, said the expansion will help grow Ghana's economy and provide reliable storage center as activities in the sector grows.
When you look at the statistics, digitization has become the order of the day. This means that we're going to generate a lot of data in the country. And generation means that we need a carved out facility to store this data. And that is why we did the expansion. In fact, we don't want to wait for the D-Day when data has become a lot in the system and then we don't have data centers to store them. So we have taken the initiative to increase the capacity that we have, and we've done the expansion whilst we wait for the digitization agenda where a lot of data will be generated in the country.
Total value of capital brought into the country by foreign investors picked up strongly to hit $123 million. This was captured in the investment report released by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. There is more in the following report.
In the first quarter of 2023, the Ghana Investment Promotion Center recorded $106 million in foreign direct investments. When it comes to the first quarter of 2024, the country recorded $124 million in foreign direct investments. This actually represents 17% jump from what was recorded in the first quarter of 2023. The local component of this investment stood at more than $5 million, representing 80% increase over what was recorded in 2023. However, when it comes to projects in the first quarter of 2024, the GIPC only registered 32 projects compared to 36 in the same period for last year. Again, in the first quarter of 2024, Spain overtook China as the country with the highest value of foreign direct investments. The Ghana Investment Promotion Center data shows that things have picked up strongly when it comes to projects registered in total value of foreign direct investments. In terms of the first quarter performance, 32 projects were registered with the Ghana Investment Promotion Center from January to March this year. Out of the 32 projects, the manufacturing sector recorded the highest number with 12 projects. This was followed by services with 9, general trading with 4, export trade and building and construction with 2 projects each.
Meanwhile, the chief executive for the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, Yofi Grant, has been defending the decision to amend the GIPC law to take out the capital requirements for foreign businesses. According to him, the move is geared towards ensuring a more competitive business environment for foreign direct investments. Mr. Grant was addressing the business community at the ongoing Ghana-European Union Business Forum in Accra.
For the forum, fostering an investment in non-traditional value chains under the EU Global Gateway Strategy resonates deeply with EU and Ghana's shared goals of economic growth, diversification, and mutual prosperity. According to the European Union, Ghana is one of the preferred destinations for business. During the panel discussion, Chief Executive of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, Yofi Grant, said the existing GIPC law is outdated, hence the need for an amendment. He expressed confidence that removing capital requirements will support market competitiveness and attract more investors into the Ghanaian economy.
First of all, there was a conceptual misunderstanding of what he meant, because that money remains the company's money. It's not deposited anywhere. And in our record and from the research we've done, almost every foreign investor that comes to this market ends up bringing in more than $500,000 US dollars anyway. So it shouldn't have been a problem, but it's still a psychological barrier, because when you come to SMEs and SMIs and you want to do a JV and assume that it's a 50-50 JV, if the foreigner has to bring in not less than $200,000, it means the indigenous investor has to also bring in $200,000. And most SMEs do not have that amount of capital to commit to their business, even their own businesses.
Speaking to Joy Business, EU Ambassador to Ghana, Echad Rezali, highlighted the importance of such events to the European business community.
Embodiment of very close, very dense partnership between the European Union and Ghana when it comes to trade and to business. And, this is a place where we will create opportunities for business-to-business meetings, business-to-business, to government meetings as well, in order to identify the best sectors of investment. Because what we are trying to support and push is more investment from the European business community, European actors, as well as a better understanding of the overall business environment in this country.
Minister of Trade and Industry, Katie Hammond, used the platform to commend the EU for its role in promoting partnership between local and European businesses.
And commendable. And we encourage the other investors EU or local to build sustainable and long-term connections with local suppliers, which connection offers a greater opportunity to fully integrate social and environmental standards into the local economy.
The European Union has signed an agreement to award a €32 million funding to the government of Ghana to support local vaccine production and boost pharmaceutical growth.
The Institute of Economic Affairs, IEA, is advocating for amendments to certain provisions in the Bank of Ghana's Act 2016. In an interview with Joy Business, senior scholar at IEA, Professor Alexander Bilson Dakon, suggested that the tenure of the central bank's governor should be extended beyond the presidential terms to ensure continuity and stability. He argued that allowing the government to dictate governors' terms and conditions undermines the independence and effectiveness of the regulator.
Institute of Economic Affairs is pushing for a significant amendment to the Bank of Ghana Act 2016. These changes aim to address financial management, enforcement, and other issues in the current act by incorporating best practices from the Bank of England and the U.S. Federal Reserve's Act. Professor Alexander Bilson Dako is a senior scholar at the IEA.
First looked at issues such as the constitution of the board of Bank of Ghana, the appointment of the governor, the processes that the Bank of Ghana has to go through before it is allowed to go over lending to government beyond the set percentage, which is 5% of the previous revenue. We discussed that, and then we also, like I said, we discussed if there's the need for the country to think deep about changing the appointment of the Bank of Ghana for the Bank of Ghana governor terms to overlap that of the president, and then also we talked significantly about how to really ensure the independence of the Bank of Ghana in the conduct of its duties in terms of promoting price stability and exchange rate stability, and also conduct policies in a way that would help promote the economic development of the country.
The IEA believes the proposed amendment to the Bank of Ghana Act are poised to bring about a more transparent and accountable central bank, which will play a critical role in ensuring fiscal restraint and stability within Ghana's economy.
The founding president and CEO of Imani Center for Policy and Education, Franklin Kujo, is pushing for the private sector-led development. According to Mr. Kujo, government has failed to ensure prudent expenditure on its various policies. He was speaking at the quarterly economic roundtable held in Accra.
Ghana knows very well that they have a fiduciary responsibility to ensure that they do not just bankroll anything the Ministry of Finance comes to say, especially when, if we look closely at the goods that they are supposed to be bankrolling, are not properly thought through at all. Value for money, they don't meet any serious criteria. Look at the Ministry of Special Development Initiative. That ministry single-handedly, I can tell you, 30% of the problems we had economically was due to that ministry, right? One village, one dam. Dugouts costing probably 1,500 cedis, but costed at 230,000 Ghana cedis. What's it called? Building toilet. Let me not even repeat all of those. So consistently, what I see is that there's this abdication of clear policy thinking, rationalization of whatever money, whatever we want to do with our money. And I worry that this debt cycle is likely to continue. I mean, look, there's been a savings of close to, is it $2 billion or $4 billion, right? $4 billion. Beautiful. As you speak, and I heard you yesterday on City, by the way. I'm sure that money is already committed, right? But you and I should now be careful and asking for, I mean, being on the demand side, accountability agent, basically ask ourselves, what exactly would these funds be used for? Even if they are going to be used for roads, roads must be constructed at a certain level of quality, right? Absolutely. Because if they don't do that, those roads basically get bad. What it means is that you now need more money to go and fix those roads again. So
Now, Republic Bank Ghana PLC has announced the appointment of David Ado-Ashong as acting board chairman following a decision by the board of the bank and Bank of Ghana's approval. Mr. David Ado-Ashong was appointed to the Republic Bank Ghana PLC board in June 2018 as a representative of Republic Financial Holdings Limited. He has served on both the Enterprise Risk and Board Credit Committees as chairman and the Remuneration and Nominations Committee of the board. He currently chairs the board of Republic Securities Limited and also serves on the board of Republic Investments Ghana Limited. Mr. Ado-Ashong is highly knowledgeable about the bank's affairs, bringing over 40 years of industry experience and a proven track record of success to the role. The board has full confidence in his ability to lead Republic Bank Ghana PLC during this interim period. The board of directors wishes Mr. Ado-Ashong a successful tenure as acting board chairman and assures the bank's investors and valued customers that Republic Bank Ghana PLC will remain committed to its core mission, continue to prosper and build upon its strong foundation. Moving on, new industry data showed that cedi's depreciation has been the major driver of cement price hikes over the past 2 years. My colleague George Rafe has more in this report.
Data seen by Joy Business showed that 75% of the cost of cement was mainly driven by imported raw materials as well as spare parts. and all these items are imported. So depending on how the Ghana cedi is performing against the dollar, the cost has to be taken up by someone, which often could be the consumer. The remaining cost component is labor, energy and inflation. There are also concerns about the tax component on imported clinker, which attracts 20 different taxes. Another set of data seen by Joy Business show that there have been some sort of absorption of cost, as prices could have gone higher than what we are witnessing now. For some, the data backs the point that if the Ghana cedi was even fairly stable this year, we wouldn't have witnessed these increases for 2024. Some of these cement manufacturers have told Joy Business that the very competitive nature of the industry may be enough to deal with any price concerns rather than any form of control from government. They've also told Joy Business that there might be another set of increases in prices to deal with the recent sharp depreciation of the Ghana cedi on their operations.
Fears are that transport fares could be going up in the coming days. Oil marketing firms have begun another round of increase in prices of petroleum products at the pumps. There is more in the following report.
Convention in the industry that any time that fuel prices go by more than 5% in a quarter, that should trigger negotiations for fares to go up. Now, a careful analysis of the numbers have showed that over the past 3 months, price of petroleum products have indeed gone up by more than that margin. The development has been worsened by the fresh rounds of increases by some major oil marketing firms in the country this week. For some industry watchers, this might result in unionized transport operators pushing for an increase in fares. Based on the current rules that govern their operations, these operators cannot go ahead and adjust fares unless they secure government blessings. If the operators should have their way and the fares should go up, that may compound the current challenges facing most individuals when it comes to the cost of living and businesses that are also struggling to be in operations, looking at the current challenging environment.
Star Assurance Limited has signed a memorandum of understanding with Hope for Little Lives, a non-profit organization dedicated to providing pediatric surgeries to children in underserved communities in Ghana. Chief Executive Officer for Star Assurance, Boatima Bafuiwa, said the company will continue impacting lives. She was speaking at the signing event.
Of the MOU, which was signed in Accra, Star Assurance pledged a contribution of 5 Ghana cedis for every Star Motor third-party extra policy, so to support Hope for Little Lives. Through this partnership, Star Assurance aims to enhance the health and well-being of vulnerable children by ensuring they receive the critical medical attention they need for a brighter future.
Star Assurance and Hope for Little Lives have entered into a partnership. Star Assurance, through our products, the Star Motor Third Party Extra, will be supporting the efforts of Hope for Little Lives and ensuring that there's a smile on the face of every child in underserved communities.
Founder and Executive Director of Hope for Little Lives, Dr. Mamiti Chuabotri, expressed her gratitude for Star Assurance's support.
We started with no finances, no help, no support, and I'm so elated today because today Star Assurance has officially come on board to partner with us through the Star Motor Third Party Extra. God, this can only be you. I'm so grateful to you, Star Assurance, to the CEO, Boatima, for supporting our initiative. I want to pledge and tell you that with God being on our side, we are going to go the extra mile. We are going to send hope to children in Ghana. We are going to put smiles to the faces of children in Ghana. I'm excited. Why don't you partner with us through Star Assurance, Star Motor Third Party Extra? When you buy this insurance, you are not only insuring your property, but you are sending hope to a child in an underprivileged community.
The signing ceremony marked a significant step forward in Star Assurance's ongoing commitment to corporate social responsibility.
Techno, a leading provider of innovative smartphones and smart alert accessories, proudly announces the signing of Ghanaian football sensation Mohamed Kudus. This partnership reflects Techno's ongoing commitment to bringing cutting-edge technology to Ghanaians while celebrating the achievements of local heroes.
Has established itself as a brand that understands and caters to the needs of its consumers. By collaborating with Mohammed Kudus, Techno aims to further connect with the Ghanaian community, offering them affordable yet innovative and high-quality smartphones and smart AIoT devices that enhance their everyday lives. Speaking to journalists at the signing ceremony between Mohammed Kudus and Techno Ghana, Arts Manager for Techno Ghana, Godlove Kujo said the partnership will boost their sales.
Techno is also gunning for the stars. We are saying that stop at nothing. And so if you look at how he's flying through the roof and how he's also gunning for the stars, Techno partnering with him at this point to outdoor our AIoT ecosystem, I think that is going to go, miles and miles to boost our sales.
On his part, Black Stars Mohammed Kudus said partnering with Techno resonates with his journey and values.
Grateful for this wonderful opportunity. Of course, Techno is a phone brand, but looking at the project they do, and when they presented the project to me, and it fits with my dream and vision as well in wanting to help the community and changing lives through sports and the Techno brand, and I think it gels well with my vision. So that's why we are here today. So we are just both coming together to try and impact the environment aside taking the selfies and the pictures with the phone.
Techno's product range include smartphones, smartwatches, and other AIoT accessories designed to meet the diverse needs of its users.
That's how we part company tonight on Prime Business. I am Emma Davis. But for more news, do log on to myjoyonline.com. Up next is Prime Sports. You love to stay. Good evening.